Definitely, stolen car pursuit's been going on for a while. This is one of the reasons why we were over there, made our way away from the fire. We literally just got over it, and that BMW coming to a stop. Stolen vehicle is what we heard, and we also understand 4 people inside that car, so that might be one of the reasons why a number of LAPD officers are behind it, just in case they get out and run. But take a look, there's morning traffic right there, and just moments before we went live, the LAPD had a spike strip already set up, and they were going to try to get those tires flattened, but apparently the driver of that vehicle, slow moving, actually saw it and then did a little bit of a maneuver. There we go, a little bit faster of a maneuver right there, cutting everybody off as they were waiting for the light. If you don't know where we are, we're at Veteran and Wilshire. Just made that turn onto Wilshire Boulevard, so he's going to be near the freeway. But again, the whole time this vehicle, or we've been able to listen to it, it's been on surface streets. The Sheriff's Department had it for a little while, but they basically backed off because it was too dangerous. Now it's in the LAPD's hands, and they are handling it pretty well. They got a number of officers down there, a lot of traffic this morning. Of course, it is Friday, maybe a little Friday light, but a lot of traffic nevertheless. There it goes. It's going to be underneath the freeway. We'll make sure we'll get it as it pops out on the other side. But again, stolen vehicle pursuit happening out here in the Westwood area.
Staying here on surface streets, not getting onto the 405 there at all. Of course, this is in the Westwood area, not far from the Federal Building, and going southbound there towards Santa Monica Boulevard. A really busy area here, especially during the morning commute. So it's a lot of congestion in this area. And this is a stolen vehicle. At least one person in this car. We could see that the driver did have the window open at one point, and still don't know whether anyone else is inside this car.
Well,
it looks like a black BMW.
They believe there's actually a total of 4 people in the vehicle.
Okay. That's what they were heard. Yeah, we originally heard it was 4 people inside that car, and you're getting a pretty good look at it right now. Again, I don't know where they got that number from. It definitely looks like just the driver. You know, Bob's always right. We should never argue with Bob. But, you know, it looks like just the driver inside the car right there. But we did hear earlier on that there were 4 people in there. So unless there's 3 people in the back seat, that would be pretty interesting in itself. You're going to be coming around here. It's a nice move by Sky Fox. Chris at the tiller this morning, doing a great job keeping an eye on this pursuit. Again, LAPD, they are in force down there, a number of vehicles on the ground. They could have gone to tracking mode because they did launch their helicopter a little bit early for their shift to get over this pursuit. But the guys on the ground, they seem to have this in hand. The slow movement or the slow speeds, that is a huge plus, and it makes me feel a little better when we do these pursuits, when these vehicles are moving a little slower. It might be a little less exciting to see, but definitely going to be safer for anybody on the ground down there. And again, they're saying the original want stolen vehicle. This all is becoming very unusual. The pieces don't seem to fit what we're seeing. So we're going to kind of just keep an eye on it, but it is definitely a pursuit out there. You got a big truck. We're in the area of the Veterans Hospital. That's the reason why it's kind of like littler streets out here. But again, I don't know if this person knows where they're going or they're just driving and having LAPD follow them around.
Well, I mean, we can breathe a sigh of relief here that at least the driver is driving at a slow rate of speed through these surface streets. So that is good news. So perhaps it is still a following at this point. And from what we can see right here, there is the driver. Of course, if there were 4 people in the car, it's possible the LAPD knew something and maybe saw this earlier on, and there were 4 people that bailed before the driver then took off.
They're going to pit him. They're going to pit him. They're going to pit him. They're going to. Oh.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I always forget that my mic is open. There you go. Here we go. Here we go. I figured it was going to happen underneath the trees. There you go.
That
nice
was a
pit
successful
maneuver.
one.
But you know what? That's not good. And the airbags deployed on that officer's vehicle.
Wow.
This is not good at all. The vehicle, and they left it in reverse. There you go. The doors open.
Okay.
Seems to be a female driver, and she's on the phone and no shoes on, so she's grounding herself. I hope those officers are not going to take. This got turned into an entirely different situation when that happened. We saw it live, but definitely a scarier situation. And that driver seems to really have some kind of attitude about what is going on down there. And
still on the phone.
Again, who knows who knows what she's got, what her issues are. But right now, LAPD, they're not taking this lightly at all. They definitely have less than lethal available to them. But if this attitude and aggression continues, we're going to be very careful on how we show this. But again, I hope those officers are all right. We did see the airbags being deployed in those vehicles, in that vehicle, and then the doors popping open. That driver jumping out almost immediately. And I thought she was on the phone, but it looks like she's just holding her ears right there. I'm going to get a tighter shot just for a few moments.
Yes.
But definitely this woman's having
taunting
some
officers
kind of
right now.
She's definitely undergoing some sort of a mental health crisis
Clearly.
here, and
Oh boy.
she's screaming at officers there. Interesting, there were reports that there could have been more people in the car at this point, with that car now coming to a stop up above on a curb now. That it doesn't look like there's anybody else in the vehicle. Looks like the airbag may have deployed there as well. Maybe not.
Airbag deployed. The officer's airbag deployed.
But now it's a situation where these officers will try to talk to her and try to bring this to a peaceful resolution. Montana and
this
Birmingham
is very
Avenue.
difficult for those officers. You have to understand that they just basically that was an assault that'll come out basically as an assault on an officer after they did that pit maneuver. That vehicle basically, we saw it driving head on into that cruiser. I heard the airbags deploying, the cruiser's airbags deploying, the officers getting out almost immediately. That is a plus. Hopefully they are okay. But there is only one person down there, one officer with less than lethal. You see that green weapon right there. And what you're seeing right there is a person on a rooftop that basically was just in the area when all this happened. There they go. They're just going to take her into custody. That's probably the best move. That's called a swarm, and they're just going to take her into custody. But again, hopefully she gets the help that she needs, and whatever that problem was, it's going to be taken care of. And again, the original wants stolen vehicle, but I'm sure there's a lot more to this story. Maybe we'll find out, but right now it's coming to an end out here. Hopefully those officers are okay. One female suspect in custody.
From what we could see from the time that we were on this pursuit through the Westwood area, now through Brentwood, it didn't appear that anyone was hurt in any of this. That's the good news here. But certainly that we're hoping that the officers inside that police vehicle that was hit are okay. But looks like she's starting to spit also. We've seen this in other situations.
They have
before.
to sometimes put a spit guard on suspects when they're arresting them, because clearly she's going through some sort of episode, and now you see officers searching the trunk of her car. Stolen BMW. Overall, this pursuit was pretty calm, Stu, except for the very end when police did that pit maneuver, and then she just kept driving straight into that officer's black and white. And deploying that officer's airbags as well.
Damn. And you could see both the airbags deploying in this one, the driver's side and the passenger side. We did see the door pop open almost immediately, the driver getting out. That's a huge plus. Hopefully the passenger officer is okay as well. And I'm sure they are, but they're probably going to be taken to a local hospital just to be checked out, along with the driver of that BMW. And we saw the reactions, and you're right. I do believe she was spitting at the officers, not making her situation any better. The BMW right there, 5 Series, just up on the curb. But again, this could have ended a lot differently. Good work for LAPD, definitely, and keeping calm in a very tense situation at the very end there. But definitely what we wanted to see for sure as an ending. And again, this pursuit coming to a close out here in the Brentwood area.
All right, Stu, thank you for your coverage on that. We are coming right back after a short break, 7:23 on this Friday morning. We'll be right back.